hate that people like don't move.
Keep people in front of him, so if someone's walking up, but I just pan over to them and follow them like that. Or does he want? I'm not bad, I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid fast though, it's okay.
Good morning. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to the 2025 Most Valuable Redskin ceremony. I'd like to welcome each of you to this prestigious event, which honors 6 of our most deserving candidates for this award, which has been given for over 3 decades. I'd also like to welcome members of the Putnam County Board of Education who are with us today, Superintendent Hudson, Mr. McClanahan, as well as board members Mr. Hatfield and Mr. Wells. Their continued support is vital to our school and our students, and that support is much appreciated by each of us. I'd also like to welcome Mayor Edwards to our event. Mayor Edwards and the City of Hurricane are a huge ally to us, and they help us out in a lot of ways, and we're very appreciative of everything that they do. I'd also like to thank Mr. Wilson and Putnam County Bank, who are a strong partner, who support us in so many ways. Finally, a special thanks to Calvin Royals, who have donated the gift for this award for many years. To our staff here at HHS, we are all blessed to have such an amazing group of individuals who go above and beyond for all of our students. His commitment to these students is evident today as we celebrate these 6 amazing students. Finally, thank you most especially to all the families that are here today. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and it's evident that these 6 students have had great supports and an atmosphere that provided growth and support for these students to flourish the way that they have. You all should be very proud. And finally, to the students here today, thank you for all that you have done to receive such high praise and honor from your classmates and staff. This ceremony marks the first group that has been here with me all 4 years. So you guys came in with me? I don't think you're going out with me, but anyway. Seems like just yesterday, these 6 were young freshmen, eager to learn their way around the school, anxious to meet their new teachers. And now here 4 years later, here you are, a little bit older, much wiser, but very ready to take on the next chapters of your lives. When students enter here at Hurricane, one of the things that we say is get involved, be part of something, get involved in as much as you can. And these students, and this award is the pinnacle of that process. Rewarding those who go above and beyond. It's not just academics, it's students that are well-rounded. These students are those who have done that. They're very well-rounded, they participate in a multitude of activities. Collectively, these 6 students have been involved in nearly everything that you could find in the school, whether that's sports teams or different groups within the school. They're involved in numerous clubs, organizations, and have many hours of volunteerism throughout the school and community. Next year, these students will exchange these hallways at Hurricane for classrooms across the country, from Tallahassee, Florida to the Air Force Academy. Their academic excellence is evident and important to their success, but what makes these students so valuable is the way they treat others. Personally, I've been able to get to know these students, and they're just a tremendous group of young men and women. They treat others with respect, are humble, and kind to everyone they interact with. There is no doubt that this group will find immense success in whatever they choose to do post-hurricane. I'm so honored to be here today introducing this group of students, and while there may only be one winner, each of you are winners and have greatness in your future. Thank you for everything your hard work has done getting you here today, and good luck to each of you.
Our first most valuable Redskin candidate is Owen Kmml. Owen is the son of Charles Kmml and Jennifer Allen. He has a younger brother, Eli, a junior at Hurricane High School, and 3 younger sisters, Lorelei, Claire, and Mary. Owen is the vice president of the Chemistry Club and an active member of National English Honor Society, National Honor Society, and Mu Alpha Theta. Owen enjoys martial arts, playing guitar, and reptile husbandry. Owen is an animal care specialist at the Zoology Zone Science Center and a 2nd degree black belt in karate, and is on the Putnam area robotics team as part of the mechanical sub-team. Owen plans to attend Marshall University, majoring in mechanical engineering. After graduation, he plans to work within the aerospace industry.
The topics for today's most valuable Redskin speeches are perseverance and acceptance. Perseverance is the idea of looking at all the challenges, stresses, and complications that life has to throw at you and still deciding to bear that weight and work through it. This is a time in our lives where that perseverance is crucial. We're all dealing with the stressors of the never-ending amounts of schoolwork, deadlines that never seem to close on us from out of nowhere, and for my fellow seniors, the looming shadow of finally graduating. These 4 years I've had at Hurricane High School have been stressful, difficult, and have pushed me to my absolute limit. But not an ounce of me regrets the work and effort I put forward in trying to improve a little bit every day. Life is full of uncertainty and will never give you one easy path to where you want to go. It's up to you to keep following your path and to keep on pushing through the brambles when it gets tough. And one day, the stress and worry you've had to deal with will pay off. For instance, I came into high school as a person who struggled with making friends and dealing with change. And somehow, after persevering through these struggles and challenges, I made it up on this stage today. In case everyone didn't know, I'm not originally from Hurricane. I was raised 200 miles away in Louisville, Kentucky. I made my way in here in 6th grade after dealing with the hardest time in my life, and that adjustment was extremely difficult for me. I didn't know anyone. I was adjusting to a life that was completely different to the one I had before, and quite frankly, I felt nothing but overwhelmed and scared. I still remember barging in halfway through the school year to a new type of schedule, classes filled with unfamiliar faces, and having to spend lunch searching for somewhere to sit. But slowly and surely, those faces weren't just those of strangers, and even became the faces of friends. And I found myself a little corner of the world that me and my friends could enjoy lunch in every day. Even though I was thrown through one of the hardest times in my life, I was the one who decided when I was quitting. And from that point on, whenever life decided to knock me down, I'd be determined to get back up and try again. The most important part about perseverance is being able to get back up and dusting yourself off after failing. That failure is a part of life. And at some point, in your and everyone else's life, you're going to face hard times and eventually fail at something. Failing is a part of life that needs to be accepted, as the acceptance of that failure is what allows us to grow and change. I've failed at plenty of things, and every single time it's frustrated me. But it also made me determined to do better next time. I remember doing poorly in a karate test and being told that I had a chance to redo the part that I struggled with. When I did it again, I put my absolute best foot forward and passed that test. To quote the United States Marine Master Diver, Carl Brashear, it's not a sin to get knocked down, it's a sin to stay down. Being able to accept your failures is important, but more importantly, you need to learn from those mistakes and use them to come back to what you failed at with even more determination and knowledge than the first time. I want to thank my friends and family for always being there for me and letting me know that I have people who always have my back if I need them. I want to thank my dad for supporting me and always calling me out when I'm wrong and pushing me to do better and to be better. And lastly, I want to thank my mom for being my inspiration and someone I constantly hope to make proud.
Our next candidate, Hayden Hodge. Hayden is the oldest son of Tony and Jessica Hodge. He has a younger brother named Lennon, who is a student here at Hurricane High School. Hayden is the founder and chairman of the Teenage Republicans, a speaker at the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and vice president of National Honor Society. Hayden enjoys writing, running, and playing basketball. Hayden is an active member of the New Life Church in Huntington, West Virginia, and is a camera operator and program director at his church, as well as a student leader in his youth group. He also aids the children's ministry. Hayden plans to attend the United States Air Force Academy and major in political science. Upon graduation, he wants to earn a law degree from the University of Virginia and become a military lawyer.
All right, good morning. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be up here with some of the most deserving people for this award. I can't think of any more people that would be just as deserving for this award. Now, before I say anything else, though, I must thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Every accomplishment, every award, every honor, including this one, I have only achieved with His grace and guidance. I cannot thank my Savior enough, not only for the countless blessings in my life, but also for dying so that I may live. I must also quickly thank my family in attendance. So I've got my dad, my mom, both sets of grandparents, and my brother Lennon. Each and every one of you has shaped my life in a positive way, and because of your encouragement, I am here today. So when choosing our topic for NBR speeches, perseverance was one that I immediately advocated for, because there were so many different ways that I could go about writing a speech for perseverance. So I sat at my desk and began to write some things down, different ways that I persevered. Authoring and getting a bill passed and signed into law in our state, something that I had failed at twice before. Being disqualified from the Air Force Academy on a medical basis, and then committing to a too-long medical waiver process to get that waiver so that I could attend school there. And I think one of my favorites, struggling to live life as the big Christian kid in the room and always being different from everyone else because there's some things that I just won't do. In fact, I wrote a book about that called Set Apart, which is available on Amazon if you want to go and buy it, called Set Apart. But that's too easy. Everyone knows these things about me, at least most people do, and I don't want to bore you with silly stories that you've all heard before. So I was left wondering, okay, what can I say that will make a good speech? What can I say that you will remember about perseverance specifically? And I realized that it wasn't every day that I got to speak in front of the entire student body, so I devised an idea based on that fact: encouragement. Rather than talk to you about my own achievements, which many of you already know about, I want to encourage you to go change the world. You may ask me how I've had the courage or strength to persevere in the aspects that I have, like making laws and writing books. Not everyone can do that, Hayden. I certainly can't, as what you might think. But the answer to your question of how I did it is right there. My family. Encouragement. Having people in my life that tell me that I can make a difference. People that tell me that perseverance is all you need to make a positive change in the world. And yes, the world needs that. And it seems like the odds of me, or the odds of you changing the world, I mean, I'm just 1 in 8 billion, right? The odds seem so out of reach for me to change the world. And sometimes I tell myself that I can't make a difference because the odds are so stacked against me. How can I truly make a difference if I'm just 1 in 8 billion people? But herein lies the fact that we all overlook. Every leader, every president, every king, every person that's ever made a change in the world is 1 of 8 billion. You have the same odds as every person that has made a positive impact on this world. And when it comes to perseverance, it isn't enough to just believe that you can. You have to do. And doing, especially doing the right things, comes with challenges. I learned a very important lesson from my Savior, who persevered more than any human before. And that lesson is this: those in power will do anything to make sure you don't do the right thing. The right thing is not always popular. There we go. And you will receive pushback for it. The question is not, will someone try to stop you? Because we know the answer is that. The answer is yes. Someone will try and stop you. If you ever try and make a good effort at anything, someone will try to stop you. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to hide away from those who fight back? Are you going to sit down and not make that good fight? Or are you going to stand up to them and stand up for what's right and what's good no matter what people have to say about it? Because it doesn't matter what others think. It matters what you think. It matters what's right. The only people that change the world are the ones that do the latter, the ones that stand up to the people that try and get in their way. Now, my quote just happens to come from my favorite book of the Bible. There's a lot of feedback there. My favorite book of the Bible is Galatians. And it says, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Now, what does this mean? It means when we do good, we will receive good back. That good feeling after you've done a good deed. The good friends that will surround you and agree with the things that you believe are right. Having that sense of community. Success. Changing the world. All these things we will reach if we don't grow weary of doing good. And I think what people need to hear sometimes is just, I believe in you. Personally, I believe in you. And whenever you're in your darkest moment where everyone seems to be against you and nothing is going your way, and you can't help but wonder if you have any friend at all, know that I believe in you. And beyond that, the creator of the universe also does too. The creator of the entire universe is in your corner, and he loves you and will be your friend in every moment of your life. He may not agree with everything you do. I know he hasn't agreed with everything I've done. But he loves you no matter what. And on the topic of perseverance, remember this. You got this. Thank you, and God bless you.
Our next most valuable Redskin candidate is Nadia Kais. Nadia is the daughter of Courtney Kais. She has a younger brother, Axel, a student at Hurricantown Elementary. Nadia is an active member of National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, the volleyball team, and Vice President of Society of Women Engineers. Nadia enjoys working out, baking, and hanging out with friends and family. Nadia works as a hostess and barista outside of school. Nadia plans to attend West Virginia University, majoring in biology, and upon graduation, attend medical school.
As Dr. Seuss once said, "You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose." Throughout my high school experience, I have learned that in order to succeed, you must accept three things: being who you are, choosing your own path, and choosing to be present in the moment. What is success? Success is defined as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Each person here today will have different versions of what they consider to be success in their lives. No matter what you define as success, I implore you to consider these three concepts as they relate to the late and great Dr. Seuss's words. The first of three is accepting who you are. During my freshman year of high school, I struggled with finding myself. I was always trying my best to fit in with the crowd. I often found myself searching for things to try relating to, even if it meant pretending. Living this way took a toll on me, and it led to a lack of self-confidence. Realizing that this was not the way I wanted to live, I started being true to myself. I found that being true to yourself allows you to share your personality, beliefs, and unique qualities with the world. Expressing who you are will help you find like-minded people who may turn into lifelong friends. It is important to surround yourself with people who want you to succeed rather than those who tear you down. You will feel free from others' expectations and increase your self-acceptance. As students, we have a long way to go with discovering ourselves as we face whatever challenges life throws our way. Because at the end of the day, your status during these 4 years do not define you once you walk out of these doors for the last time. Second, choose your own path. No one but you decides what you can achieve in life. It is only up to you to create your own future. Your current circumstances, the schools you attend, and even friendships you've developed do not define your future. It is never too late to break a cycle, no matter how deeply ingrained it may seem. You must be determined, work hard, and never quit when things get tough. In this room, each of your paths look different, and not a single one of you will go through life the same. Some of you will have to study hard, some will need to work 2 jobs, and some of you will be so gifted that everything comes with ease. Only one thing is for certain. All of us will face challenges along the way. It's what you do when faced with these challenges and what you decide to do about them that will define your future. Finally, live in the moment. Living in the moment means fully embracing the present without worrying about the past or the future. I have spent most of my life thus far worrying about my future. Things like stressing about what my major in college will be, where I will live in 10 years, or even already stressing about studying for medical school even though it's years down the road. I became so obsessed that I couldn't have a single conversation where I wasn't talking about what I was doing next. It took me hearing the words, "Quit thinking about the future and just live in the moment," from my good friend Ashton, to finally stop and slow down. By living in the moment, you can appreciate all of the small details that make each experience unique and special. Choosing to live in the moment has empowered me to let go of the past and my fears of the future, allowing me to find contentment and peace in the present moment. In conclusion, it is essential to embrace everything that defines your individuality. Remember that life is not about the destination. It's about the journey and the choices you make along the way. So embrace who you are, embrace the decisions you make, and embrace this very moment and each moment that lies ahead. I would like to thank my teachers and my coaches for guiding me through my journey through high school. I want to thank my friends for building me up and being the people I can trust with my thoughts and feelings. I am truly blessed to have people like you by my side. I want to thank my incredible family as they have constantly supported me and allowed me to dream big. And finally, I want to thank my mom. Thank you for being my best friend, my biggest supporter, and my biggest inspiration. I strive to be half the person you are. Thank you.
Our next most valuable Redskin candidate, Addison Poling. Addison is the daughter of Tom and Becky Poling. She has one younger brother, Connor, a freshman at Hurricane High School, and a younger sister, Kinley, a 6th grader at Hurricane Middle School. Addison has been a member of the Hurricane Cross Country team for 3 years and an instrumentalist in the Red Hot Show Choir Band for 4 years. She enjoys participating in National Honor Society, Environmental Club, and Helping Paws, and spends most of her free time reading and baking as well as hiking and kayaking during the summer. Addison is an active member in the First Baptist Church of Hurricane's youth group. She attends Wednesday night small group and participates in various faith-centered community outreach activities. Each summer, she looks forward to spreading the gospel with this group as they travel to a different state for a week. Addison plans to attend Marshall University and major in communication sciences and disorders. Upon graduation, she would like to work as a speech pathologist in the school system or in a hospital.
As children, we all played with blocks. This universal experience encompasses many different block sets, but the one unifying detail is that plastic lid with the cutout shapes. When playtime was over, it would have been easy to tear the lid off and dump all the blocks in at once, but most likely your parents kept it on and let you match the block in your hand to its shape on the lid. This repeated trial and error of trying to pair the block with the correct outline was one of our earliest experiences with perseverance. As we grew, our casual playtime continually presented us with opportunities to act with perseverance, and we unknowingly prepared ourselves for the challenges we would face in adolescence. Perseverance, as an attribute, presents itself uniquely in each individual's suitcase of characteristics. Perhaps the best example of perseverance in my life has been my experience as a cross-country runner. For all 3 years of middle school and for the past 3 years of high school, I consistently showed up each afternoon of the season and pushed my body for the betterment of myself and for the betterment of my team. That is what perseverance looks like for me, showing up when I would rather hide. I am scared of pain, scared of being uncomfortable, and there are more afternoons than not that I would have rather gone home because I was tired or because the workout seemed too challenging. I didn't want to sweat. I didn't want my muscles to ache. I was content in my comfort. But I knew that if I did not persevere through the tough workouts, I would not see the improvement I hoped for. I couldn't just wish for results without showing up to brave the discomfort I knew would occur. This is an experience we can all relate to, whether you are a runner or not. Choose your hard is a phrase that has stuck with me since I first heard it on a podcast a year ago. Originating in a poem by Devin Breaux, this concept has been applied to hundreds of situations. Completing a hill workout is hard, but so is being disappointed in my race time. Studying for a test is hard, but failing the class is hard too. There are a few things in life that require a little effort, so in contemplating which hard to choose, it is important to consider how your choice will affect you. I know it is difficult to persevere. Writing this speech and speaking in front of you all today is way out of my comfort zone, but I chose to show up. I chose to persevere through my nervousness because I knew this experience is one that will shape me into a better leader for my future. The hard things we experience now that make us want to hide out of a fear of failure or embarrassment also present us with a choice of how to respond. I encourage you to persevere. Even though you will be uncomfortable, you will learn new things about yourself. You will discover your strength, your bravery, and you will grow as a result. However, I do not want to confuse perseverance with success. I have had many bad races in my running career, even though I completed the challenging workouts earlier in the week. I chose my hard with my goal in mind, my goal of beating my current PR, yet I still failed. Persevering is not just about pushing through uncomfortable experiences, but also about pushing through failure. On those Saturday evenings when I was frustrated with my poor performance, I had to acknowledge that I had a bad race and motivate myself to try again the next week. Accepting bad outcomes is important, even though they're disheartening, because it is impossible to control everything. By accepting when I fail, I am able to build a platform off of which I can push myself to succeed the next time. Acceptance is not surrender. Rather, it is the opportunity to take what you have learned and apply it to future situations to increase your odds for success. Perseverance and acceptance are two of the most useful tools we have in our suitcases. When we choose our hard, we must remember to unpack them and allow these tools to turn our trials into triumphs. I would first like to thank my senior class for granting me this opportunity. This experience has been the highest honor, and I am grateful to each one of you. Next, there are several teachers that I believe deserve some special recognition. Ms. Minshaw and Ms. Conley have encouraged and supported me in more ways than they know in my time in Oregon, and they have deeply impacted me. Finally, I would like to thank all the special people I see sitting in front of me. The past 4 years have been so fun and special, and that is all because of you, my friends, and my family. Mom and Dad, thank you for being my cheerleaders at every event and for never missing an opportunity to tell me how much you love me. Thank you.
Our next most valuable Redskin candidate, Brady Ramey. Brady is the son of Todd and Sean Rigney. He has one older brother, Bryson, a student at West Virginia University, and a younger brother, Bear, a student at Hurricane Middle School. Brady is the student body president, treasurer of National Honor Society, and active member of NDECA, Mu Alpha Theta, and a member of the Hurricane High School baseball team. Brady enjoys hanging out with his friends and family, playing rec league basketball and pickleball. Brady spends free time umpiring Little League baseball games, coaching youth basketball, and playing travel baseball for the Huntington Hounds. He's an employee of Sleepy Hollow Golf Club and attends River Ridge Church. Brady plans to attend college at either West Virginia University for academics or Potomac State to continue his athletic career and be a student athlete. He plans on majoring in finance upon graduation and working at a financial firm.
Good morning. When I found out I had been nominated for Most Valuable Redskin, I was honestly surprised. It is a huge honor to be recognized by my peers and teachers, and I want to take a moment to say how grateful I am for this incredible class and all the experiences we have shared. But as I started thinking about perseverance, the topic of this speech, I realized something. I did not always understand what it truly meant. At first, I thought perseverance was just about working hard, grinding through obstacles, and never quitting. And yes, that is part of it. I have seen perseverance in the long hours of studying for DECA competitions, the meetings for student council, and the endless practices and games on the baseball field. But perseverance is not just about pushing through physical or academic challenges. It's about pushing through the emotional ones as well. Walter Elliott once said, "Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after the other." And I have come to realize how true that is. Some races we expect, like preparing for a big test, training for a season, or applying for colleges. But some races come out of nowhere, and those are the ones that test us the most. For me, those unexpected races came in the form of loss. I lost a friend in middle school and a teammate in high school, both suddenly, both without warning. Those moments shook me. They made me question things. They made me feel lost, and they made me wonder how to move forward. But over time, I learned that perseverance is not always about having all the answers or being unshaken. It is about continuing forward even when life does not make sense. It's about allowing yourself to grieve, to feel, and to grow, but never stopping. And that's where acceptance comes in. Acceptance does not mean forgetting or moving on. It means learning to carry the weight of what we have been through while still pushing forward. It means recognizing that life will always be unpredictable, but we still have the power to shape our futures. I've come to accept that some questions will never have answers, and some pain will never fully fade. But what I can do, and what we all can do, is live in a way that honors those we have lost. We can keep their memory alive by being the best versions of ourselves, and by making an impact, and by supporting the people around us. Being named a Most Valuable Redskin candidate is not about me. It is about the people who have shaped me. My teammates, classmates, friends, family, and teachers, and those who are no longer here with us. Every one of you have played a role in my journey, and I am grateful for it. So as we prepare to move on in the next chapter of our lives, I hope we all remember this. Perseverance is not about never falling. It is about always getting back up. And acceptance is not about being okay with everything that happens. It is about finding the strength to move forward anyway. Thank you all for this incredible honor, and thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. Let us keep pushing forward together. Thank you.
Our final Most Valuable Redskin candidate is Tori Switzer. Tori is the daughter of Tim and Amy Switzer. She has a younger sister, Emery, a student at Hurricane Middle School, and two dogs, Thunder and Lightning. Tori serves as student body vice president, president of Mu Alpha Theta, secretary of Computer Club, and is an active member of the Society of Women Engineers. Tori enjoys playing pickleball, working out, and going to sporting events and hanging out with friends. Tori has a part-time job as a barista at Starbucks and is also a math tutor. She volunteers her time as a sustainable gardening volunteer at West Hays Elementary School and as an after-school tutor at Hurricane Middle School. Tori plans to attend Florida State University, majoring in actuarial science with a minor in business, and upon graduation work for an insurance company as an actuary.
What does it really mean to succeed? Is it about never failing, or how we rise every time we fail? Throughout high school, I've really struggled with failure because I hold such high expectations for myself. For years, when I didn't do as well as I had hoped on an assignment or a test, I was really hard on myself, and I had a very closed-off mindset. Instead of assessing my weaknesses and working to improve, like I do now, I would spend my time overthinking and stressing out about each individual detail related to said failure. Looking back, I wish I could have realized this and started reacting to failure in a more productive way sooner. So if there's a single piece of advice I want you all to listen to today, it is that failure is perfectly okay and normal. And don't get me wrong, those high expectations definitely helped me get to where I am today, but life is so much easier when you learn to accept that failure is inevitable. Sorry. In fact, I think failure is necessary in order to grow as a person. However, the way you respond to failure, how you persevere through it, or how you accept it, is detrimental to the type of growth you experience. If you never accept the fact that you are going to fail, you are never going to be able to build true work ethic and self-assurance. Nelson Mandela once said, "I never lose, I either win or learn." This mindset of perseverance and acceptance allows us to transform and overcome every challenge we may face. So the next time you try something new and take a test in class and fail, don't dwell on it. It can be quite difficult to do, but just try it. Whether you decide to push through your struggles or to accept them and let them be, just know that you are taking a vital step towards success, and that when that success comes, it will be so rewarding. It's also important to understand that there must be a balance between perseverance and acceptance. When I first started taking upper-level math classes and began to struggle with some of the concepts, I had to choose between pushing forward and accepting the circumstances. In this case, I decided to persevere because I knew I really loved math and I wanted to pursue a career in the subject. Yet when I had to choose between taking a bunch of other advanced classes with my friends and, well, not taking them, I chose not to and instead focused my efforts on career and interest-related classes. It all just depends on what you value and what you want to achieve while you're in high school. The journey towards our goals isn't always linear. Sometimes the key to moving forward is not only continuing to fight, but also embracing the lessons that come when we take a step back and accept things as they are. And with that, I would like to first thank all of my teachers throughout the years, but especially the math department here. You guys have been so supportive of my goals and have tremendously helped me on my journey of achieving them. I would also like to thank my friends and family for always being there for me and making me laugh. Also, I want to thank my parents for always pushing me to try my hardest, be respectful to others, and encouraging me to be my own person. And thanks to my little sister for always keeping me humble. Lastly, on behalf of all of the candidates, we thank you all for being here today.
So now's the moment we've all been waiting for, and I'll just say that one or two of these folks may have came up to me yesterday and asked for the answer. And there may or may not have been an offer for the right price. I would have told them, but they didn't come through with that. Anyway, I would like to again thank you all. Again, these are all 6 very, very deserving candidates, a wonderful group of students here at Hurricane, and we're very, very proud of each of those. With that being said, Mayor Edwards and Mr. Wilson are going to unveil the 2025 Most Valuable Redskin. And the winner is Hayden Hodge. So congratulations, Hayden. With that being said, this will conclude our ceremony. Families and friends, we have a reception in the library. So after I dismiss the students, you guys can hang out, get some pictures and all that. You guys want to go ahead and get yours? Hayden? Mayor Edwards has. Mr. Wilson has always been very supportive of these students as well. A gift from the County Bank. And Hayden, this is a gift from Calvin Moore's Jewelry, and they've done this every year for the past, I think, 20 years. I'd like to say.
So I like to talk, so I'm going to keep this one really brief. Again, I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This comes directly from Him. Of course, I want to thank everyone in here, the staff as well. In my thank yous, I forgot to thank the staff. First and foremost, the Mr. Caldwell, my favorite principal I've ever had in high school. And then I see Miss Agee over there. Thank you, Miss Agee, for letting me go in your room at lunch and debate you on politics. It's my favorite. And yeah, just thank you to the rest of the staff, thank you to the students, and thank you.
So at this time, again, parents, friends, you can hang tight and get some pictures. Students, at this time, you all are dismissed to go back to second block. Thank you.
I see my dad up there, so I'm going to drop by Sam.